Hello, everybody. Thank you once again for joining me. If you've already subscribed to the channel, once again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And if you're here once again, so I guess because there's something that you want to take away from this session. So let's start with the basics. How do you choose your career? How do you know which is the right path for you? Well, I'm from India, and generally speaking, we don't really choose our pathway. It's mostly pre-decided and predetermined from our parents. In my case, well, basically by everybody else, but not me. When I was a kid, my mom's inspiration was her father, who was an engineer. So she wanted me to become an engineer. My father, of course, he had no such ambitions. He had no such plans. At least he never told me or us. Another person who played a very important role in deciding or discussing at least what exactly should be my pathway was my uncle, basically my mom's elder brother. He was in Air Force. He wanted to become an engineer, so he wanted me to, again, either become a pilot or an engineer or go in Air Force. Me, I was just divided in between all these things. To be honest, I had no idea what I wanted to be. And sooner or later, they all got to know that I probably will not be fit for any of these because my 10th numbers were not good at all, especially in maths, where I scored the bare minimum, which is 33 out of 100, and you need 33 to pass. So that's what I got in maths in my 10th. And so after that, they realized that I'm probably not made for this. Soon after that, my uncle, he just gave up on me. So now I was mostly on my own and I had to figure out something. My mom, she wanted me to still pursue something, in engineering or something, but I knew that I am not good at maths, and I won't probably do well there. And somehow I chose my path. After 10th, I chose arts because, again, I had no idea what arts is. I knew for sure that science is not my thing, like especially with maths and all in there, physics. So I thought it was not my thing. Commerce was my immediate thing, but then, like, with the terms of accounting, bookkeeping, and all these things, it was very overwhelming for me. So I decided I'll just go with arts because the subjects sound somewhat familiar and somewhat known to me. Geography, English, literature, psychology, logic, all these things at least seemed, heard of. So that's what I did. But again, during those 2 years of me studying those subjects, I was still clueless. I didn't know what to do. How all these subjects, all these teachings are going to add up, to at least make me capable enough to earn a living or something. I had no idea. Everybody else, my friends, they knew what they are going to do. Somebody was saying they want to pursue masters. Somebody was going to do whatever, a PhD and stuff. They want to become teacher and whatnot. I had zero idea. This is when MBA was becoming kind of a trend. MBA, MCA, BCA, BBA, these were kind of becoming a trend. They were catching up. Everybody was like saying, I'm doing an MBA, I'm doing an MBA. So my mom, obviously, she went. She rode this bandwagon, and she wanted me to choose between BBA or BCA for my bachelor's. For me, the choice was simple. I wanted something cheaper, something where my parents don't shell too much price because too much money. I didn't wanted them to get too over ambitious, and at the end I would end up disappointing them. So I didn't want that. So I was still I was still avoiding this topic, avoiding this subject. Then one day I was going somewhere, and on the way I saw this hoarding of a hotel management college. Okay, the fees was also very lucrative. It was very cheap, and I had no one that I could go to and ask what exactly is hotel management and how things work. I had no idea. So I just asked my parents that, okay, you know what? I saw this. I think this is something I want to do. Okay. In my head, I thought that after I do this degree, I'll become a manager in some hotel or something. That was my thought process. And so I took my mom with me. We went and we enrolled in this course, and all that first impression that I had was about to go wrong on the first day itself. We went. I went to the class, the very first class. Our seniors were kind of had taken over the class. They were asking everybody for introduction and everything. They were giving their introduction. I think it was their time, I guess. They were just wanted to have fun with us. It was not ragging. It was just introduction. So I went there, had a lot of fun, and then that is when I got to know that you will have to start with all the menial jobs that you think of. For example, housekeeping. That's something I never knew that. In my hotel management career I will have to do that. The senior said that you'll probably have to clean toilets, which I absolutely hate. You'll probably have to make beds. You'll definitely will have to make beds, which I absolutely hate. And everything else, it just fell off. I was like, oh my God, what have I gotten into? But I just had to continue. Out of all, I somewhat resonated with being a chef, because I thought, okay, I used to like cooking earlier, and I thought, okay, maybe that is one thing that I at least somewhat resonate with. And I think that is the area that I'm going to pursue. That is the field that I would want to pick. Then time passed by. We went for trainings, and I hated every single day and every single department which I thought I would like. I hated everything. Okay. In that resort, during my training, I came across this department. I had never heard of a department like this in the hotel industry, called recreation. They used to call it holiday activities. So I saw guys, wearing t-shirts and trousers, girls wearing the same kind of uniform, just chilling, just hanging out with guests, doing karaoke, playing billiards with them, playing table tennis, doing art classes with them, singing, dancing with them. I was like, wow, what is this? I had no idea. Until that point, I didn't even know that this kind of department exists. Then I realized that I'm good at all those things, except the sports maybe, but I was really good at singing, I was good at dancing, I liked public speaking, hosting basically, and I liked painting. I liked all those things that these guys were doing. So out of all the departments that was there in this resort, the most I resonated with was this. Then I sat down, I started thinking for a few days and whatnot. And then I started thinking that, okay, the pay is going to be less compared to what a chef will make, okay? But this is something that will keep me happy for a long, long, long time. Now, if you're thinking of building a career in some place, so you have to think this way, that, how many years do you think you can do this day in and day out without getting bored, without getting sick of it? Yeah, that should be your obvious career choice. No. I fell in love with this department, with this line of work. From day one itself, I had this zeal to prove everybody. I knew that I am better than everybody because all my life I have been doing this. During my college days, I was a dramatic secretary. So I used to arrange functions, shows, I used to perform. So this was like, something that I probably wanted to do all my life, and I could do anytime, anywhere, at the drop of a hat, Anytime my parents or any relatives or anybody would visit us, my parents would say, okay, dance, and show them, show your dance moves. Immediately I would have absolutely zero shyness or shame or whatever. I would just, at the drop of a hat, I would just go and do it. So this was the perfect thing for me. And there was another thing also, that compared to all other departments, there were lesser ladders to climb. You understand what I mean? For example, if you want to become a front office manager, let's say, you start as a front office associate, then you become a supervisor, then you become an executive, then you become either a duty manager, okay? Then you'll become probably assistant front office manager. Then you'll become front office manager. You see how many ladders, how many tiers are there? And that was not the only way. In front office, there were other subsections also, like guest relations. Same way in kitchen, there was too many levels. And I've seen people working in the same level for 15 years or getting the promotions, the next promotion after 4 or 5 years of spending in that one level. This for me was relatively easy because there was less competition, okay? For me, less tiers, to compete for. So I basically started as a recreation associate. The next level was supervisor. The next was executive. Next was assistant manager and manager. See, it was already couple of levels less that I have to fight for, okay? And most of the competition at that time was purely talent based. When you are starting as an associate, it's all down to talent, okay? And luckily, I was already awarded or rewarded with all these talents from God himself, okay? So I knew that I was talented from all other people, those who were fighting for the next level in my level. We were 7 or 8 associates, all fighting for the next promotion as a supervisor. So I knew that, okay, I can do very well compared to others because I could do this and this. And at the same time, I would also learn new skills, so obviously. So that was my, I had this this understanding that I can easily climb up to the next level, okay, and then to the next, and then to the next. So that is why I picked this as my career. I've spent 14 years plus in this industry, in this department, and not one day has passed where I have felt that I am bored or sick of doing this job, because I love this job. Of course, there are other issues which we will discuss in some of our later videos, challenges that you'll come across, like workplace challenges. But the work in general always and always keeps me motivated, keeps me happy, makes me sleep peacefully at night. So, if you have to pick your career based on this level of thinking, what would you pick? Let me know down in the comments, and if you like this video, please do like, share and subscribe the channel. I will see you in the next one.